When the owners discussed demolishing the mansion to build a hotel, the ghosts were furious since they all lived there. So they devised a plan to scare the owners away. First, the caveman tried to scare them by flickering the lights, but Eris just thought the switch was faulty. Next, the burnt woman named Mary tried to scare Eris with a bad smell, but Eris didn't smell a thing. Seeing this, the ghost in the suit decided to do something big to save their reputation. He used all his power to push a vase, but couldn't even budget. His plan failed completely. But then, he saw a terrible opportunity. Eris was leaning out of the window looking at something. Julian thought maybe the vase was too heavy, but pushing a human might be easier, so he gave Eris a hard shove. She lost her balance, fell screaming to the ground, and fell unconscious. Her husband, Mike, ran in panic and called an ambulance. The ghosts thought this would scare them away. But the real twist came weeks later when Eris returned from the hospital. As soon as she entered the house, the suit ghost stood next to her and jokingly said, "You should have worn a helmet." Hearing this, Eris stared at him and replied, "What?" The ghosts were stunned. Actually, the severe head injury had altered Eris's brain, allowing her to see and hear dead people. Thinking it was a side effect of medication or that she was going crazy, she ran to her bedroom in fear and hid under the sheets. But the ghosts wouldn't leave her alone. A spooky child ghost peeked under the sheet and asked, "Will you be my friend?" Eris screamed and ran to the basement to find her husband. But the scene there was even more terrifying. Horrifying ghosts who had died of the plague were standing there. Seeing this, her remaining courage shattered. Convinced she had lost her mind, she went to the hospital. To reassure herself, she asked the doctor, "Can you see me?" The doctor said, "Yes, absolutely." Eris breathed a sigh of relief, but then the doctor dropped a bombshell. "I can see you, but I myself am dead." Eris was devastated. She realized this wasn't an illness, but a terrifying reality. She would see dead people for the rest of her life. She returned home desperate and told Mike, "We have to leave right now. I can't stay here for another second." But Mike revealed a harsh truth. "Baby, we can't leave. I've spent all our savings and a huge bank loan on this house. If we leave, we'll be on the streets without money for food." Eris was completely trapped. Scary ghosts on one side and poverty on the other. So, instead of being afraid, she gathered her courage and decided to face the ghosts head on. She got out of the car and asked the ghosts, "What do you want? Just let me live in peace." Seeing that they were finally being heard, the ghosts laid down their terms. The army captain demanded to talk about tanks and weapons once a week, and the others made their own small demands. And thus began the chaotic, bittersweet life of a living couple and 8 ghosts.